Spinal fusions have never been so quick and simple.
I've always been into the health and fitness field as jobs, and I've always enjoyed exercise and working out. Busy with my 2 children who are now a little bit older, beginning college. I started realizing I had an injury when I had a job that I was doing more sitting. I was sitting for long periods of time and traveling in a car to my job, which took me about 2 hours round trip. But it's just that compression, I think, on my spine and sitting. I started noticing I wasn't functioning properly. I couldn't exercise like I used to. I'd get home and have backaches. I couldn't sleep. And then it gradually got worse the more I was working at this job after a while. And I just remember times driving home from my job after a long shift, and I just felt like I thought in my head, I said, I feel like jumping out of the car. I can't stand sitting anymore. It was just so painful. Once I was finished with my job and had some free time to myself, I wasn't able to do anything then. I would just sit around. I couldn't function. I was just in pain all the time. You can't even think straight anymore. You're just suffering with the back pain. And it causes depression, and you're not enjoying your life anymore. And it affected my family, my kids. I wasn't happy anymore. I had tried massage therapy. I had tried chiropractic care. I had a couple of cortisone injections. Nothing helped with the pain. I came to see Dr. Spiel, and then I got another MRI with contrast, and he explained to me that I was a good candidate for the lumbar fusion. So I was thinking, finally, there'll be some answer for my pain relief, and that's when I got together with Dr. Flum also. They thoroughly went over all the the details of the procedure, and I felt very comfortable about it. The day of my procedure I got the procedure done in December of 2012, and with Dr. Flum and Dr. Spiel, and they made me feel very comfortable. I went into the surgical center. Everyone explained to me everything they were going to do to me. They answered all my questions. So I felt very comfortable going into the OR. The recovery time, I went home, like I said, within less than a day. I wasn't even in the surgical center a full day. Probably day 2 or 3 after the, post-op, music came on the TV, and I started dancing around, acting my silly self, and she says, I can't believe you're dancing around after just having surgery. And I was acting silly. So that's how you know when you're feeling better, when you're acting silly and, embarrassing your kids again. My life now is pain-free. I had the surgery in December. It's now April. I'm back to my exercises at the gym. I'm vacuuming and cleaning my house again, which I really kind of do enjoy, like doing things around my house. So I am pain-free. My life is normal, back to where it was before I started having all that pain. And I'm happy. That's the main thing. I feel happy. I feel good about everything, and no pain.
If you or a loved one has been told that a spinal fusion is your last choice, contact One Day Fusion to learn how we can help you. Visit us on the web at www.onedayfusion.com or call 877-774-3563 today.